All right, all right, all right, all right. So let's get to talking about some Carolina Panthers and the great old Washington Redskins. So I Washington Redskins. So I am going to get my notes up here. Little interactive conversation. Hey, whenever I see ideas from people, I gotta let them know. So Pat Coltrane, shouts out to you because you are right. Sometimes it's just much easier to do a live broadcast than to do something recorded. I'm a little tired from traveling up to DC and back yesterday, and whenever they lose, it actually feels like it takes a little bit more out of you. I'm like, man, I made this trip and we still lost, but nevertheless, here my day I talked about the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Redskins, and certainly anything that you all would like to add, chime on in. I'm just gonna start going through everything. What's up, the live speaker? What's up, Shaq? And everybody else that's signing on, welcome. You guys can let me know if you think I should do these. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna set myself up for failure. If you want me to do these more often, but I can't do these live ones as often because single parent, I got my kid to take care of. So just trying to get this a little straight here. Anyway, it don't have to be dead straight. Do it live. I can't do it all live. I can't do it all live. That's why I said I was about to set myself up for failure. And I don't want to set myself up for failure. So in no particular order, I'm going to start going over some things about the game yesterday. All right, so we all love to look at snap counts, right? So a few snap counts that stood out from yesterday. I want to talk about number one, first and foremost. Sometimes you'd be like, man, I'd just be happy to get that check. But CJ Anderson, 1,000 yards rushing last year for Denver. Comes to Carolina. I get excited about this double trouble, yin and yang, this possible combo. Not thinking it's going to be absolutely like back in the day, but just thinking like this is going to be pretty cool to see, right? CJ Anderson, one snap yesterday. Don't know what's up with that at all right? Didn't like it. Probably could really nitpick at some other snap counts, but I won't. Other than also talking about DJ Moore. DJ Moore's snap count is up. So that's good, right? We know he had the fumbles, punt return, wide receiver drop, but CJ can get on the field because of CMC. Yeah, I hear you, Stack. DJ Moore got a lot more reps. And what I am liking, and regarding DJ Moore, and again, I know he dropped some balls yesterday, was that the distribution over the passes has become more and more even. Like at the beginning, it was like CMC everything, runs and receptions. But now the ball is getting around to a lot more wide receivers, not getting to everybody. I know some people wanted Curtis Samuels to have more action, but I feel like that's some progression taking place there. Also, I don't know about how you guys feel, but this is how I feel. We have all this potential and like all this excitement, and you get that every season. Anytime there's every time there's something new, you want to get excited about what could happen, and you should. You shouldn't. Hopefully, the Panthers won't put us in a predicament where we're looking at it like, man, we ain't make no changes. We're gonna be terrible. But with all the changes, all the new people, we were like, yes, this is going to be great. And then we had some success at first, and coach was asked about, he has a ton of new coaches. How's the coaches gelling? Everything was gelling good. And then we got what we have so far in the season, and I look at it saying like, it's really been interesting. Like nothing's felt smooth, even when we were 3-1, it was like, this doesn't feel smooth. And I think part of that, and I'm gonna go touch on that offensive part, could be to the fact that you still have a lot of new things that are gelling. You still have Coach Rivera that is putting his mold on Turner and getting used to that. You got Turner, who's getting used to a new team and a very dynamic back with Christian McCaffrey. You have not Eric Reed. You have Washington on the other side. That's a new defensive coordinator, and he's still getting used to everything. We kind of forget all these new major coaches and new major players still may be taking some time to figure out the best way to have some chemistry, the best way to have some identity, the best way to work together. And it's still getting there. Because the positive thing, if you look at that and kind of accept that as something that may be going on, is that we still haven't been like terrible. Yesterday was terrible mostly because of, I want to say, DJ Moore and the things that he calls. And you saw some miscommunication at the beginning of that game, which just made that whole sequence and that whole part look awful. And the Panthers do not do well when we lose the turnover war, which we by far lost yesterday. So I feel like have some hope in the fact that there's still this identity that all those new pieces are establishing and putting together for this team to run smooth. What I did like was, as I saw that the Skins were getting ahead, was I felt like if we had our old offensive coordinator, even though you can have your problems with Turner, the biggest thing was halftime adjustments. You know, if his game plan was whatever, then his game plan was going to be whatever. It didn't change. So that's something that I have some hope in. Let me read some of these comments. High school football defense, more effort than, didn't get all that. So I'm still to the live YouTube chat. So I missed that one. I don't know if you guys can type it again or if it'll come back up. So I'm going to talk for a second with the hopes that that comes up. And as I talk, hey, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. I always do one-on-one player interviews. We need to play the young guys more, keep playing the old guys like number 11. You don't like Torrey Smith compared to last defense. Let me look at Torrey Smith's snap count, because I feel like he has now started to get less involved. Let me take a quick look here. No, he still had quite a few snaps. He had 42. What was our defense doing? They weren't playing. I'm not saying that our defense was playing good at all. I'm just going to say I feel like there's still some identity that all these new pieces are getting in place. And I just don't feel like you could point it at one person. You can't point it at the coordinator yet, because we're just in week. How many games have we played? We played 5 games now. It's coming. It's coming. I mean, you've had some good performances from a lot of guys. You've had Mario Addison strip sack, and you had F.A. Abada have an outstanding game. You've had Dante Jackson have interceptions. So you're getting some individual performances and some good things that are happening. It's just like, again, if you imagine all these new pieces coming together by a new coach, that might be what you're going to get for a minute. Of course, you're always going to want better, right? You never even want to lose a game. Let's see. Other thoughts that I had about the game. Let me just go ahead and talk about you know what? I'm going to talk about the mood of the locker room, because I like to, in my coverage of the team, bring you guys perspectives that you just can't see from reading everything else. And that was the mood in that locker room. Yeah, Stack, I think 3 different coordinators in 3 different years. At some point, things may just struggle for a minute, man. Very good point, Stackhouse. Now, moving on to talking about the mood of that locker room. So a lot of times after a game, I'm just like, man, I don't want to go into this locker room. I don't know what to say. But I'm going to be honest, part of that was just my inexperience as a journalist. But yesterday, went into that locker room, you know, hey, I'm going to go get some answers. And the one thing that I couldn't really convey in my interviews, by the way, the video's still up, was that the mood of the players in the locker room, everybody seemed extremely pissed off, like on edge, just like, get away from me, kind of pissed off. And that's something that I can't recall the last time I've seen. I'm sure it happens in locker rooms. I haven't been covering the Panthers for 20 years. But I'll give you an example. You know, you're waiting to interview one guy, And it's the same thing that happens in every single locker room. It's not much room. And as you're waiting to talk to a player, another player's like, hey man, y'all need to give us some room so that we can, I can get to my locker. And you hear that time and time too, but it just seemed like yesterday that everybody was just a little bit particular about give me my room in the locker room. And talking to Luke Kuechly, which again, that video is still up. It's only going to be up for one more day before I have to take it down. Luke Kuechly, as he got dressed, man, this guy he didn't seem to, you give him props. You can talk to the media. He knows it's part of his role as a captain and as a leader of this team. But when I'm first talking to Kuechly, he's just like, got his head down, not even looking up. Should he have not been looking up? No, I'm not saying he should have been, but that just indicates the mood of that locker room. Every guy seemed very pissed off. And then you saw Marty Herney and other coaches, and they're giving some player hugs. And I think that this team took it pretty hard. And, Rivera said today, it's about how you recover. You're not going to go undefeated. Of course, you never want to lose, but it's how you respond to this adversity. And we're going to see that this weekend as they head to Philadelphia. And I will be there covering the game. I will go live before the game, so be sure to tune in and watch. Give me any questions. So that's about all I had. I know the Monday Night Football game is about to be back on, so I'm going to take a few minutes to see if you guys... All right, so I don't know what it looks like on you guys' end, but the video probably stopped for about 10 minutes. I thought it was all done. I'm not used to this YouTube Live. I'm trying to check stuff, and then I see that I could actually resume the live broadcast, and there's probably nobody watching now. So I'm still gonna go ahead and officially wrap up. You guys know that, I'm gonna say stop guys. You all know that, what can I tell you that I have lined up for this week? I can't tell you anything that I have lined up for this week because a lot of it is still needing to talk to players, but we'll be in Philadelphia. We'll do a video the day before. Not sure if it'll be live or not. Probably not live. But I will definitely go live an hour and a half before kickoff. So kickoff's at 1, 11:30 will be that video, which I go over and tell you all the actors and actors and any other late breaking news about people that are going to be playing for that day. So this is the official wrap up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And most importantly, if you have already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification button. That way, when I do go live, you'll be able to get that alert. And just if you want to go live with me and have any interaction. So everybody have a good one and see you on the next one.